Thanks for staying with us. You're still watching Breakfast in Bed. So, like we always talk about on Breakfast in Bed, we're particular about youths and building a sustainable, strong youth force that would be better leaders in the future. Or sometimes they say the future starts today. There'll be better leaders from today moving on to the future. And these days, many youths are so bothered about unemployment. They just want to jackpot. They want to leave. They're tired. But is there still light at the end of the tunnel? That's a question that many people would always want to ask, especially those that don't have the means to jackpot. So we're talking about building resilient youths in Nigeria. And my guest today is Ibrahim Oladega. Prince Ibrahim Oladega. Okay, thanks for coming. I know you are a broadcaster. I know that you are a broadcaster. You also contested for the seat of Lagos State House of Assembly by election in Koshofe constituency 2. You are the media aide of late Senator Bayo Oshinowo. So you are a grassroots champion and you've related well with youths. So you sit well to answer some of the questions that we might have on our minds about Nigeria and the youth. But do you think that Nigerian youths still has, is there still light at the end of the tunnel in Nigeria?
Of course, yes. You forgot something. I served as the special advisor to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, the National Assembly, right on before Bajabi Amila, and now the Chief of Staff to the President, the National Assembly. I served as special advisor on political matter in Southwest. Yes, fine. It's good. You see, the framework of what we call the entity youths. There are two things involved. One is energy and opportunity. That's what makes you youth. And that's what those who are not youth, that's what they don't have. They don't have the opportunity and they don't have that energy. So the youth has those two things. And they now have another jackpot, which others don't have, which is the internet, the social medias, that makes them, it's like another tools for them, which the 90s and the 80s, don't have the privilege to have. And that is why you see that for every youth you see, they are proactive. Nigerian youth are strong, they are proactive, they are intelligent, they are the best, Yes, because of the age and the time, they ask most questions that they get answers to, for the adults, they have answers, they have more answers to lesser questions. So they want to have this. Now, let me tell you this, why. Yes, you mentioned the jackpot and all that. Yes, I guess the jackpot was just a creation of words that lasted, let me say, in the last 5 years. 10 years ago, there was no word like jackpot. You understand? The Gen Z has a way of, creating words for their generations because they are very fast. You have to understand, right from the baby, they are fast. Their things are so fast, they are on the fast lane. And especially, but now the society must find something to also move with their space. Check their music, check their party, check the way they dress. It's very fast, it's different. So it's like bringing an hybrid, a tech in hybrid, you understand? So they don't really feel much more. And that is why they have this victory at last, which is the internet. Sometimes you could see youth who hold their phone for hours. He's talking, he's communicating, he's connecting, he's doing a lot of that. Now back to your questions. Yes, there's a lot of light in the tunnels. We have fantastic Nigerian youths who are doing great across the world, even right here. You've seen them. You have to understand the fact that we mention unemployment as the drive force that take them away from. No, to me, it's not that. You don't go to school because you want to get a job. No. You go to school because you must also create job too. And you could see that if you see the pace at which Nigerian youth has, created a lot of jobs, you wow, because you check the Bureau of Statistics and it tells you that. So, and if you see that even in the 90s, there have always been this zeal for people to leave the country. You understand? Everybody want to leave. They just felt like, why? Probably because of, I think there's a song, by Shanti or something. It said, eyes were cold and looking for more. Simple thing that my mind talks about. What they watch on TV. Everybody see TV. You see Americans, and you felt like, wow. They want to see, but they felt that what you watch in Hollywood is like non-fictions. A lot of things were created, but not everybody believes that. They believe in America. You see what we watch now. You see the way things, the floors, the beautiful gardens and everything. It is surprising that there are some areas in America where there's no electricity.
Yeah, but I want us to get into the nitty-gritty of this, and I want us to be very realistic about it. So we say there's light at the end of the tunnel for Nigerian youths.
Yeah.
So in situations, and I want us to be very practical.
Yeah.
In situations where we've seen it, Nigerian youths, I'm talking about 25, 30, who say they want to contest for a particular election. We have these people that, you say we have the energy, we have the time, we have the internet resource now.
Fast and
but many people will come and say, that's the feedback people get. And this thing pisses lots of youths off that, well, we have a lot, we know so many things.
We ready?
Don't judge by our age. But are the
yeah.
older generation, are they ready to accept the knowledge and again, the internet know-how of the Nigerian youths?
You see, you have to understand that. Don't even bring politics into it at all. Because politics is a different ball game. Everybody is equal, either you're youth or not. It's equal. If you can galvanize, it's about numbers. It's about popularity. How well can you use it? How well can you use it? You understand? And you've seen the test run when Banky W contested the election. You've seen Desmond Olushola Elliott in Surrey. He's 3 times serving as assembly members. You've seen that there are a lot of youth, the Speaker of Oyo State Assembly, you could see the age and all that. So it depends on how you can galvanize, convince people to vote for you, you understand? So it's not about age this time, It's not about age. If you can do it, you can do it. You just have to understand the rudiment involved in politics. If you can just understand those basics. Okay, look at, there's a particular, candidate in the last elections. The majority of the supporters are youth. And it got, almost about 6 million votes. And you could see that. You tell me Nigerian youth has, very large in numbers in terms of the Democrats. You see that they have that, but it could not do more than 6 million. Are you not telling me the Nigerian youth are just 6 million? It means they are divided into different people. Other parties will also have their own youths that they take. So, the Nigerian youth, nobody owe them. Nobody owe them back. No, they can do it. We've had it. Go back to the era of Jeremiah Oyeni, you call him Obafemi Awolowo, but that's his name. As at the time he wanted to float the AG action group, there used to be a group called Egbe Omo Oduduwa. It was that same group that metamorphosed into the AG, the action group. And you also see the great Nnamdi Azikiwe, who also learned from Hubert Macaulay and all that. So they were at their own younger age, 29, 30 and all that.
I'm going to cut you there. I won't accept that you compare those days with this day. Yes. Because I know then, when you graduate from university, the early days, they give them a vehicle, they give them cars, but that doesn't even happen immediately. Now. And then, with you answering that, I also want you to look at the mental stage or mental health of Nigerian youths. Do you believe in it in the first place? Do you think there's an issue with mental health? Do you think people are just so fickle or so soft-minded? That's why they have issues with mental health.
And is this economy the cause of
No. I want to disagree. Yes, comparing the days of the Awolows now, yes. In fact, the Awolows don't even have the opportunity this youth has. They don't have it. They are the pace setters. They are the pioneers. They forced the British to have an independence. Imagine when they forced them to have it. You have independence already. You accepted, you carried the Nigerian flag, you carried the Nigerian passport. They don't have the opportunity. So they came in, they were like the green horns who came in and fought those obstacles, and we could have what we have today. So, the current youth has much more opportunity. Okay, you want to imagine, even at that time, you don't have the Supreme Court. You have to, the final one is in the UK.
Yeah.
You have to, everything is perfect now that we have. Yes, the mental health. You have to understand the fact that in the next couple of years, you're going to have much more, mad people on the streets.
So do you,
I want to make a point, yes, because the influx of the drugs in the Nigerian youth. Let me tell you, growing up, I was born in Agboyi, an island in Agboyi, Ketu. My dad is monarch, he's the Oba of Agboyi anyway. I grew up in Barriga. I went to St. Grammar School. The only time you see flux of youth, in tents, sitting together, probably like 10, it's probably somebody is doing a naming ceremony, and you now have, some soft drinks. But here now, you see that Monday till Monday, you see youth gather and they are enjoying. They tell you, Chai, my boys in Chai. They shy Monday to Monday.
So where did the problem come from?
Yes, first is you have to look at it. You see, there are basic words in the agent of socializations, and they said the first is the family. The family matters first. Your parent matters too, and number two is the peer group, peer pressures, and all that. Yes, the religion also play a role, and then even at that time, that's why I said there must be an advanced ways of also including that in our education system. That time, the agent of selection ends with the media, and that was limited to radio and TV then. The radio and TV are licensed.
So this is where my question is going to come from. So I want to ask her, what role should governments, religions, institutions, and private sectors play in youth empowerment and resilience of the youth?
You see, everything, we quick rush back to the government, forgetting the fact that for every youth, there are a product in being sold to the society, just like a finished product. The manufacturers are the parents. The first is what kind of product are the parent, bringing to the society. If you can answer that, the good or the bad, you compare Nigerian youth. In the 70s, we have the Oyenusi, the Aninis of those words. The Aninis and the Oyenusi had much more, havoc in society. That is the product their parent brought into that society in the 70s. And don't forget that at that time, you still keep on talking about the same thing. So the government has a way of coming out to say, okay, fine, what do we do? Yes, we quick to say that, yes, I have ideas, I don't have many, I want to do this. Limiting that to the formal sector alone. No, the youth are youth, either formal or informal. At the bricklayer you see out there, how many people give them empowerment? The bricklayers, they are also part of it too. So we focus more on the formal sector. So I guess at this time, the government must find a way to also absorb those, because for every havoc you see, the guys on the streets, the art guys on the streets, they don't have that formal educations, and that you see them running in the streets and not smiling and all that. So I think there's a lot of some little neglect in that section too. There are ways, what tells you that for every guys who went to school and after you graduated you went to serve, for every bricklayer who also worked, can also find a way to also serve too. Bringing them to be part of the society in a useful way. Because the fact is that we center much more on the formal sector, and we left them.
Sorry, I want to disagree with him.
Okay.
Because I don't think we concentrate more on the formal sector.
All right.
Now I'm going to put this out. Now, informal sector, that's when we have a lot of empowerment. Now, if you compare the number of times that we have empowerment in the country compared to the number of times we have people saying, okay, this is there are vacancies out there. Empowerment supersedes the number of vacancies we see. Everybody wants to give out grinding machines. Everybody wants to give out sewing machines. But people don't want to give people good jobs where they can wear. Many people just want to wear that tie and go to the office. They don't want empowerment. So I think the informal sector gets more when it comes to empowerment compared to the formal sector that has number of vacancies left open.
Now, I love the fact that you did that comparison. You have to understand one thing, that no nation's opinion is free, fact is sacred. That's journalism. Can employ 25% of our citizens. No, not even America. You understand? And now you feel like you have to create jobs. What the government will do is to create an enabling environment that will give you ways to find things to do and also be much more prosperous in what you do. If you believe government can't do that. In America, in UK, you have to see private sectors coming on board. That is why you still feel that there are guys who are tech guys now. We call them the mechanic. But they are not. They don't call themselves that too. Because they believe the essence of the era of mechanic just ends with 13, 14 spanners. These are guys who have their systems to diagnose your vehicles and see all other things. And they are doing so well. Doing so well. But the fact is that we want to go to school, be admin, accounting, and all that. Okay, we went to school. For every time they graduated, you see thousands of people from that department or faculty, be admin, accounting, and all that. The social media, has replaced all those courses.
Yeah, so before we go, let's quickly wrap up with this. I don't know if you still have other questions, but this one is very, very important. I feel like, do you think the community still plays that integral part in curbing the younger ones of the generation? Because back then, even if you were not being taught at home, you won't want to do it outside where you know that, oh, you might be disgracing your parent. But now it seems like everybody's minding his own business. And very good thing what you said was, back then, when you have gatherings of people where you see 1 or 2 or 3 boys, is that because there's something going on? But now you see them, like you said, from Monday to Monday. Do you feel like if we still have that community awareness or that consciousness, that, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing this, or if I am here, someone is actually watching to tell my parents, and now they feel like, oh, everybody's just doing what he or she likes and nobody's concerned about what's actually happening in that community, because they forget that it's from that community they will actually go out and they will ask that, where are you from? They will mention names of that, but nobody's concerned about it anymore.
We have lost that virtues long time ago. We lost the virtues of the community being the check and gatekeepers, The Yoruba will says that oju kan lo n bimo, igba oju lo n wo. One eye, raised, gave birth to a child, and 200, looked after that child, And unfortunately, the 200 are not even available to look at them. They have gone to work to Ozu. And even at that time, you have to see that everybody now sit back and like, I don't want to wahala, because not, allowing people to scold your children. At the time, there's this bond between, our children and, our parents, see the way. But when an outsider sees something and try to correct, how does the parent see that too? We are in an era where you can't beat a children in school again. We virtually lost all those areas. There are times where even you have to sign. There are schools that we have to say, you have options that, can we beat your children? You have to sign. During my own time, there was no time. Even your parent has no options to. They know you must have done something wrong. But now we don't have those things now. So because you have to see that the emergence of the private schools really, yes, we can't, overemphasize what they have done. They have done so well. But the fact that they are so, mired in some area of discipline, and for most of the guys you see, there are a lot of guys who, you see, when I see all those guys, I mean the Gen Z, I'm not among them again because I'm over 40, you understand? So I see a lot of opportunity. But the fact that their background tells them the level of drugs, alcohol and all that has taken much more, So oftentimes they have to put, the blame somewhere, and that is why the government will take the blame. The fact, forgetting the fact that their parent also has a major roles to play, and if you can't take care of your children, you now want Baba Lasisi, Abi, Ibu.
We're running out of time, so just to, in less than 30 seconds, what's your message to Nigerian youth about building resilience and staying strong?
Yes, I want to say this, that Nigerian youth, you have the gold. You're standing right, on top of the gold. All you need to do, identify what you want to do, be mindful of your friends, get positive oriented friends that will influence you to positive areas. Forget the fact that the LAG, or what they call these bands, has a tag price. You can do something that will even worth, much more than what you think you can do. So to me, the future is bright, and we can see that from now.
Thank you very much. It's been an amazing time with you, Prince Ibrahim Oladega. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We need to go, guys.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed myself on the show too. And before we go, because we said we are going to ask
because of time. But you throw your questions.
So I want to ask, what team do you think the governor is supporting?
The governor?
Yeah.
Mr. Selibu?
Yeah.
What football team?
Ego Alaye.
So you got him there. So you got him there. So what's the club?
He's an Arsenal fan.
Arsenal fan.
Oh, Arsenal.
Gunners for life.
Governor, why let's see?
That's how you ask questions. Okay, so we need to go. Elizabeth, let's run.
All right, I really, really enjoyed myself today. I'm so happy to see you here.
Thank
So
you
good to
very
have
much.
you here. So my name is Elizabeth Sholanriku. Okay, see you guys next week.
Many thanks for watching. My name is Bababumi Agbibi. Do enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bye.
That the morning fantastic. See you with flam, put it on your